From the depths of the Coachella Valley, we've got a rubber match for a rivalry that burns as bright as the desert sun. It's Game 3 between the Inland Valley Pirates and the hometown Palm Springs Power. Hey everyone, I'm Vince Esprick. That's my buddy Sam Egan to my right. Now Sam, we saw the Pirates take Game 1 of this series, but the Power responded very nicely yesterday, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least, is they played their maybe one of the best games of the season, at least offensively. All the bats were clicking, and it started with Trevor Manning, who had that grand slam and that all but slammed the door in that game, but it was wire-to-wire power the entire way, and they're looking to do the same thing here tonight.
Of course, Manning now hitting in the leadoff spot as a shortstop as well in his fifth game with the Power. It's just clear that manager Casey Dill wants to reward the guys who are swinging a hot bat, and Manning's exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of guys who are swinging a hot twig right now, and obviously it's a small sample size that most of these guys, these big Division I power guys, only been here for about a week, but a lot of these guys are hitting well over 300, maybe even over 400, and you want to reward those guys by putting them at the top of the lineup. You guys got guys like R.J. Holmes and Brett Williams, and obviously Cade Richards, who's been here all season. You have your best hitters, you put them at the top of the lineup, and they'll usually put up production as they had last night.
And on the mound for the Power will be Jimmy Welcher. What do you see from him as a early?
Yeah, he's been incredibly impressive with the Power this season. His last start was his best, went 6 innings, didn't allow a single earned run, did his job on the mound, and every time he's pitched, he's been on the mound for 4 different Power games. Power had won each and every single one. Now he has been the winning pitcher in every single one of those. But he was the winning pitcher in the last ball game, looking to do the same here, and he's one of the best Power pitchers overall. That ERA, a sparkling 1.80, so keeps the batters off the base paths as well with the 1.13 whip. So low ERA, low whip. He's pretty much just going to attack hitters and get outs.
11 months ago, on this very day, the Palm Springs Power walked off these same Pirates in this building to win their 3rd straight CPSL championship. And then the Pirates, they get that nice revenge game in Game 1 of this series. Of course, the Power take care of business in Game 2. You got to think there's a bit of a rivalry here, right? A chance for the Pirates to prove as they come in at 3-4, they can beat the champs.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the Pirates team that always has a little extra motivation coming here to Palm Springs Stadium, and especially after last season losing in the championship series. Now, would they have forced a Game 3 if they didn't get to it and walked off? Yes, and we don't know if they would have won that game, but that's what's part of baseball is they know that this is the team that knocked them off, and like you said, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs, and they're looking to beat them in this mini 3-game series that started on Tuesday, had a break in between Wednesday and Thursday, but back here to the series Saturday, and we'll see who gets this rubber match today.
It's the 3rd time in 5 games that these two teams have faced off. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, but on the other side, it's first pitch here in Palm Springs Stadium. Bear with us.
7th, number 18, the catcher.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
welcome back to Palm Springs, where the hometown Power come in at 13-2 in a rubber match against the Inland Valley Pirates. Vince Hesprick with you here, alongside my good friend Sam Keegan. Sam, it's obviously the third game of a series here, but it seems like Palm Springs, they come in with a little bit of momentum after one of their best offensive showings of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was maybe a little bit of a deflating loss in Game 2, or Game 1, I should say, on Tuesday, and it was really due to the Power beating themselves. A lot of walks, they weren't having good at-bats, and all year they've been having long at-bats, and that just wasn't the case on Tuesday. And sometimes you just need to get punched in the mouth, and that's what happened for both teams with the Power on Tuesday. And the Pirates yesterday were really getting a big punch to the jaw, and we'll see how they respond. Will they respond well and go for the knockout blow? Although it's very early in the season, I wouldn't say it's a knockout blow, but it'd be a nice little punching wound and, get them to the next series. Or for the Power, can they keep building off the momentum of that last punch and try and wear this team down and eventually knock them down now?
Well, defense has been a main focus for the Power. They're going to have some help. Jimmy Welsher has just been scorching hot for the Power on the mound.
Yeah, he has been terrific for this Power team, and they've been really leaning on him and Cameron Whitty as starting pitchers to really start the game and really give the bullpen a nice cushion and make sure it's not too high of a leverage situation. And that's important for this Power team, who are still trying to now find a high leverage guy out of the bullpen with their high leverage guy.
Froy Cerna pops one into center as we are officially underway, and there's Owen Michelson out in center. Fun to see him roaming the outfield after he's usually a catcher.
Yeah, it's great to see him back out there. He was out for a little bit with an injury. We didn't know how long he was going to keep him out, and he was a big bat for this Power team the first week of the season when they didn't really know who was going to be one of their big bats before R.J. Holmes, A.J. Bianchina, and Brett Williams all came in. So it was Caden Richards and Owen Michelson really leading the charge offensively, and they were kind of just leaning on them and kind of struggling to find other guys to keep the offense going. Yeah, they had some good performances from Yasso and other company, but for the most part, those were the two guys they heavily leaned on the first week of the season.
Elias Kelly takes the first pitch for a strike, now outside for a ball. Like we mentioned before, a championship rematch. Palm Springs in a best-of-3 series, won them both, but they did not come easy, particularly that last game. As this pitch is driving into left field and down for a base hit, Kelly will stop it first, and a one-out base runner for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's key for the Pirates, as for any team, is to get the offense going early and often, especially on an arm like Welsher. If you're not going to work long at bats, which is really hard to do with Welsher, who is just doing a fantastic job all season long, especially recently, of just commanding the strike zone and making sure he gets 2-3 pitch at bats. So you got to get a result quickly, and for the Pirates, it's maybe swinging away early, knowing that you're going to get a strike, and maybe the best pitch to hit is that first pitch.
Here's Armando Briseño, the shortstop, hitting third in the lineup. Off-speed pitch, up and away. Briseño's had 2 at-bats against the Power on the season. No hits, had an RBI, ground out, and 2 walks. Popped up into right field, drifting over and putting it away is Junie Rodriguez for out number 2.
And it's, like I've said with Welsher, he's able to get quick results. And although the strikeout numbers aren't going to be overwhelming, neither is his stuff. He just forces weak contact, and that's sometimes all you can ask for is getting that weak contact, getting quick outs, and in the long run, that's kind of what just preserves the bullpen and makes games just a little bit easier for everyone else.
Jordan Viramontes hitting cleanup, but of course at Palm Springs Stadium. When you're hitting cleanup, that usually means that you are forced with the title of beer batter if you are the opposition. That's exactly what Viramontes is tagged with as he takes a strike. So Viramontes strikes out. The fans here in attendance get discounted beer for 10 minutes after the strikeout is recorded. And I had the chance to talk with Jordan before this game, and he said that's kind of a fun title, the way that he has kind of influence not only on the game, but the viewing experience of everybody else here as well.
And I think part of it, too, is talk to other members of the Pirates who've been beer batters before, and they've said, yeah, it's definitely something that gets in your head. You're thinking about it, especially during that first at-bat. All you're thinking is don't strike out, don't strike out, don't strike out. If you strike out after the 7th inning, oh well, but
1-1 pitch outside.
You don't want to give these fans any extra momentum, get them any more riled up than they'll already be to watch some Power baseball, and they're watching some good baseball at that all summer long.
And like we said, the Power earned themselves a decisive win in Game 2, but Viramontes did his job as we have a throw down to second. Close play, bounces away into center. So a stolen base for Elias Kelly, and the talented Viramontes has a runner in scores position.
It was a good jump by Kelly, but part of it too was middle infield didn't really know who was going to cover the bag. Or Richards and Bianchina both kind of talking about who's going to be there. And Bianchina ended up being the one who was covering the bag, but Kelly was already far into the base, and Bianchina fortunate enough to not let that ball go to the outfield.
Hitters count. Fly ball into right. This ball is drifting down, but just foul. Boy, one of those bloop shots. How often do we see that get down for extra bases? Instead is just right of the foul line.
Yeah, definitely a fortunate break for Welsher. Not the hardest hit ball, obviously, off the bat, but sometimes it's what you got to do against an arm like this. Sometimes the hard contact will just be hit right at somebody, and the weak contact just finds grass. So now a big payoff pitch upcoming for Welsher, trying to get himself out of the inning with a runner in scoring position.
Payoff pitch on the way. Elias Kelly at second. Jordan Viramontes ready for the pitch from Jimmy Welsher. And we'll do it again.
I mean, selfishly, not just for the fans here, I like seeing that ball drop foul because it keeps the beer batter alive and in motion, and now one strike away from setting the fans into a bit of a frenzy.
Another payoff pitch on the way. Pirates hoping to take an early lead. The 3-2. Called strike three. Jimmy Welsher locked him up with an off-speed pitch on the outside part of the plate, and a runner is left stranded in scores position. We get a chance to see the Palm Springs Power offense get to work here in the bottom of one.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, eat all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Welcome back to historic Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. Vince Hesberg with Sam Egan. The Pirates left a runner stranded at second base, and now we are scoreless as we head to the bottom of one as we have a fun face leading off for Palm Springs.
Yeah, for the Power, Trevor Manning, who fans who were here at the ballpark yesterday or watching our stream know the damage he did. A grand slam. There was a no-doubt shot.
The game for the Power out
That
of
put all the game out of reach for the Pirates last night, and it was a huge momentum shift, not just for him, but the entire team. And as for Banning personally, it warranted a promotion in the lineup. Now he's in the top spot.
It's clear that manager Casey Dill wants to reward the guys who are swinging a hot bat, as he told me when I had the chance to speak with him before the contest. And it's clear that Banning, just in a wonderful mood, only playing in his fifth game as a member of the Power. That output he had yesterday, of course, just game number 4. And on top of that, Salami, also a 2 RBI single as well. So, like we mentioned in the broadcast yesterday, obviously RBIs are situational, but you have to capitalize on that situation. And that's what Trevor did.
Yeah, at 6 RBIs yesterday. That's more than the amount of runs the Pirates had as a team yesterday.
And on the mound, we haven't seen him in this series, Moises Escobedo. Goes by Mo. 2-0 pitch, lifted high and deep to right field. Did he do it again? No, it's foul.
Had the distance, had the exit velo just a bit early. Banning thought he had it on back-to-back days. not too often that you see your leadoff hitter possess that much pop. You see it with guys in the Phillies like Kyle Schwarber, but other than that, you guys don't typically see your leadoff hitter hitting for that type of power. But Banning more than capable of doing that, just that, and he showcased it right there.
Trevor still ahead 2-1 in the count. Escobedo delivers.
And for Escobedo, it's very quick pace on the mound, and sometimes after getting up a long foul ball like that, you get rattled on the bump, but Escobedo not phased at all and just throws a quick strike.
2-2. Popped up. Over to the third base side where Elias Kelly gets out number 1. A scary at-bat for the Pirates as Trevor Banning felt like it went the distance for a second, but instead they big first out for the Pirates, and that means that Caden Richards has a chance to see his first at-bat.
Yeah, it's a sigh of relief for sure, but it doesn't get any easier with Richards coming to the plate, and Richards all season from day one. He's been one of the few guys who's been a mainstay from day one in this lineup, and you could say he's arguably been the best hitter all season long.
Leads his team in virtually every statistic as he takes a called strike. And a lot of the guys who have a better statistical profile than him are playing in less games as well. But the fact that Caden has appeared in every single game that the Power have played gives us an accurate representation of his profile, and this one that no doubt the Power have enjoyed watching.
It makes him his consistency, and had an injury. That's why he didn't play at UNLV this year, and parents are in the ballpark. They come out here a lot. His dad threw out the first pitch tonight.
Grounded over to third. Another check on Elias Kelly. Throw across the diamond, 2 down.
But to put a bow on, Richards comes from an athletic family. His brother played college football. Richards obviously played college baseball.
St. Mary's number
Family is
19,
an absolute joy to speak with.
Brett Williams.
And here comes the hottest hitter in the lineup for the Power. Brett Williams in the catching spot has been absolutely raking as of late.
Yeah, sometimes you see catchers, that's not typically your best hitting position, but this is a guy who sees the ball behind the plate really well, is a great pitch caller, who does everything you could possibly want out of a backstop.
The Power lost game 1 by a score of 7-4. First pitch low and bounces way high near the top of the netting. But Williams, despite that loss, more than did his job, had 3 hits and a walk, hitting .455 on the season after having a 3 RBI double yesterday.
It's his 9th game of the year. He's reached safely in 7 of 8. He's got a 6-game hit streak coming into today, with 3 RBIs coming last night.
Called strike even things up. Here's the 1-1 from Escobedo. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, strike 2.
Just part of that St. Mary's squad that looked to be poised to have a Cinderella run in the NCAA tournament, knocked off UCLA after beating them twice. But there's another Cinderella-studded squad in Cal Poly who evidently knocked them off.
1-2. Another pitch bounces away. Good thing for Escobedo, the bases are empty. So if there's anyone who does not want you to talk about St. Mary's baseball prowess, it would be our TrackMan intern for the day. Dreyer goes to UCLA, and like any coping fan, he told us he called it, that his team was going to come up short in the tournament. 2-2 upstairs, count full with 2 outs.
Not often you see a team go wire to wire, be number 1 the entire year, and you kind of saw them fading down the stretch, especially in Big Ten play. You and I both know going to Big Ten schools, although your Big Ten school doesn't have baseball, that the Big Ten isn't the most star-studded baseball conference.
We'll do it again. Wave and a miss. Escobedo, a clean inning to get us going, and the Inland Valley Pirates will get back to work in the top of 2.
Like a family setting, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Well, at the end of the bottom of the first inning, we talked about a little bit about the college tournament. St. Mary is Cal Poly. It's a fun segue because next up is the Cal Poly commit, Dane Cunningham, leading things off for the Pirates.
And it'll be for the Pirates looking to get the first run of the ball game. Not too often here that we see in the CPCL. No run first inning from either side, but what we saw there in the first inning. But when you have a good pitching matchup like this, especially with a guy like Walsher on the mound, you tend to see more zeros than now.
Cunningham, of course, hitting in the 5 spot. He's had 5 at-bats against the Power on the season. Just 1 hit, but a pair of walks. First pitch to Dane. Driving it up the middle into the glove at short of Trevor Banning, and a quick out number 1 for the Power.
I wonder if this was something talked about by the Pirates last night. They maybe saw a couple pitches that were hittable on the first pitch because they wanted to wait till they saw a strike last night. I wonder if this was maybe a strategy that they talked about going into the day where they're going to attack the first pitch they see, especially with a guy like Walsher who is very prominent in attacking the strike zone. And you've seen it so far. They're swinging out of the first, second, or third pitch. It's been quick results for the first 5 or 6 batters here for Walsher.
In the CPSL, you see a lot of fun roster decisions, a lot of movement in the lineups. These coaches trying to develop their guys as this pitch is driven out into center field, but right at Michelson.
That's another one of those where Walsher's working quickly because he got a second pitch out.
And to put a bow on that, that was Isaiah Walls who stung it into center, ultimately for a line out. Led off the game as a shortstop yesterday, and now at DH in the 6th spot. Speaking of changes, Nathan Guangarena did not play in the last contest, but here is the catcher taking a first pitch on the outside for a called strike.
The Pirates, 2 quick outs because they've been swinging so early in counts. So Walsher, knowing that, wanting to not have a 5-6 pitch inning, he's going to be taking the first few pitches, but caveat to that is Walsher just attacks the strike zone. He's already behind 0-2.
At bat stays alive. It's a good point you make there, Sam. The Pirates had a chance to snatch the lead early on. Elias Kelly had a 1-out single, ultimately stole second, but Jordan Viramontes, the beer batter, struck out, much to the delight of the Power faithful, both for the sake of the win probability for the Power, the drink probability for the Power faithful.
Well, you coming from Wisconsin, I know one of the states that if there's any state that's going to pound beer, that's one of them. But we were also talking about this during the break. Obviously, yesterday was my off day, and I decided to come to the game looking for a couple beer batter strikeouts. As the night before, there was the beer batter who struck out 3 times and made it underdue because we didn't get one.
1-2 into the gap out in right center. Guangarena will turn on the Jets. On his way to second, he is in there standing up. Another 2-out man in scorer's position for the Pirates. It'll be up to Darren Alsterloh to drive him in.
Now batting number 5,
These
Darren
2-out
Alsterloh.
rallies could be what make or break the game. First time these 2 teams played, the Pirates got a lot of runs and a lot of runs with 2 outs. The Power were able to get runs in pretty much every situation, but did their fair share of 2-out damage as well in last night's ball game.
Osterloh, first pitch, high in the air, out to center. Michelson gets out number 3. So the Pirates have consistently gotten runners in scorer's position, but again, Jimmy Walsher pitches himself out of trouble, and we stay tied at 0 apiece as we head to the bottom of 2.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert. to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
We'll see you next Saturday.
It's the bottom of the second here in Palm Springs Stadium. Vince Hesperger with my good friend Sam Egan. Moises Escobedo has done a nice job in the early goings of this contest, going 1-2-3 against the first power batters that he faces. Now it's time for RJ Holmes, the big
Virginia, number 24, RJ Holmes.
And he rolled the top of the lineup. Was a mainstay in Virginia Cavaliers lineup as a freshman. Remember the All-ACC freshman team, deservedly so, hitting well above the 300 mark. Like we said, only as a freshman in one of those power conferences, the ACC being one of the best baseball conferences in the entire country, with one of their representatives, North Carolina, playing in the College World Series here this evening, or I should say this afternoon.
Holmes has reached safely in all 7 contests he's played in. No surprise he started all of them as well, hitting .444. A lot of those stats coming from what might be the best performance by any member of the Power on the season, where against the Halos he went 6 for 6 with a double and a triple.
I had the pleasure of calling that game and being able to interview Holmes after that ball game, and his 6-hit performance and coming up for his last at bat. He had a chance to hit for the cycle if he went yard. And I had to ask him, I'm like, were you swinging for it? He said, obviously I had to. He even told me that, he's like, I felt I got a bit under it. But the first 2 pitches, I was definitely trying to swing for the fences. But once I got to 2 strikes, I had to lock in, help the team out, and just give myself a board.
2-2 pitch. Pop up over our heads. Funny he says help the team. No room to be selfish for him. He runs
anywhere in the Coachella Valley.
Can't put your foot off the gas. That's something that the Power may have learned the hard way in Game 1 against this Pirates team. The Pirates came in with a losing record. As here's the 2-2 called strike 3. Moises Escobedo, 4 up, 4 down so far. The second strikeout of the day.
Now batting out of UNC Asheville, number 13,
down strikes right there. Clearly looking for a fastball in that count, and got the breaking ball that took the outer half. Great piece of pitching right there on the bump by Escobedo.
In Game 1, the Power lost to this team by a score of 7-4. The Pirates were leading 4-2 as we went into the 9th inning, tagged down 3 more. It was extra frustrating for the Power is that they thought they were going to need 2 runs. They went to the bottom of the 9th, and they got those 2 runs to make it 7-4 instead of 7-2. Or 1 pitch low, but manager Casey Dill told me that it was a game where he said the Pirates absolutely deserved to win that one because his guys simply did not play their best, particularly on defense.
Sometimes that's all you need is to get a little bit of a gut check, so to speak, and pretty much prove, especially when you're on a win streak like that, sometimes you can feel invincible, like you can't be touched, you can't get hurt, and this Pirates team pretty much came in here and showed them that, yeah, you can't be beat, you're not untouchable, and we can prove that we can't beat you, we can't compete with the big boys.
And great redemption for the Power, scoring in 6 of their 8 offensive innings yesterday. A big reason why was Owen Michelson playing in his 2nd game since he injured himself earlier on. Count even at 2 apiece. And it's obviously a sign of trust in Michelson that his first game back after missing close to a month, already hitting in the 5 spot. First pitch he saw, up and in, had a duck out of the way. Second pitch, line drive into right field for a base hit. The 2-2 pitch to Owen. And we'll do it again, 2-2.
And we saw when he was able to play that first week of the season that he was kind of the rally surplus. He's had a lot of runs, 5 runs in the 4 games that he's played. And that's a big kudos to him, just being ready to swing early, swing often, and if there's nobody on base, sometimes go for extra bases.
Member of the University of North Carolina, Asheville. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day from Moises Escobedo. He stays hot. Still no hits today for the Power. No base runners at that either as Judy Rodriguez comes up. 2 outs, nobody out.
Has 3 straight strikeouts as well on the bump right there. So Escobedo really starting to get into a groove right now, and I'm hoping for Judy Rodriguez to maybe break up that bump a little bit on the mound and just break up that rhythm. Maybe just slowing things down in the box. Whatever it takes, just disrupt that rhythm.
Well, in 27 at-bats, Rodriguez has 9 hits, goes up to 333, ton of walks as well. Means he's got an OPS over 1. Team-wide OPS 843, hit 296 as a team. 1-0, lifted high and deep into the gap, still going back, and this is just off the base of the wall. Here are the wheels. Rodriguez on his way to third, and he will stay there with a 2-out triple.
I don't know if you saw that. I saw Casey Dill giving him the windmill. I don't think Rodriguez realized that he had a chance of maybe getting home there with his speed. He just slid in the third. But Casey Dill was having the windmill, having to go home and potentially get that inside the Parker. Man, would that have been an electrifying way to get the first run of the ball game.
Mari Conley coming up first hit of the Power, and yeah, it was kind of the formula for potential inside the Parker. Those very high drives, perfectly placed into a gap, bit of an awkward bounce, rolls away, but it still would have been very close. Conley waves and misses at the first pitch.
Conley's been off to a rough start this season, a 129 average for him, but looking to maybe have a bounce back game here, and RBI in the situation here could be all he needs to find his footing.
Was subbed in midway through yesterday's contest, went 0 for 2, no strikeouts, and quickly behind 0-2.
And for Conley, he's more than to be capable of being a hitter for good average. He hit 278 at UT Martin this year. This was his first full year playing full-time baseball. He was also a member of the football team. Before adjusting to full-time baseball and wanting to stick his skills solely on the diamond.
Long pause, now the 0-2. That is a busy schedule.
The schedule of a college athlete in any sport is stressful. I couldn't imagine just being a dual sport athlete and having to double the workload of a collegiate athlete and year round. That's some tough stuff.
1-2 bounces away. Here comes the runner. They will score, and the Power take a 1-0 lead. Junie Rodriguez seizes the moment, and he will walk his way home.
Maybe a wise idea in hindsight for Rodriguez to just settle at third. 4 pitches later, gets the pass ball, and there's your first run of the ball game.
Moises Escobedo struck out the first 2 he saw in an inning, but then a triple and a wild pitch, and just like that, the Power take the lead.
Conley was a walk-off hero in one of the first ball games of the year. That game against Utah Yak, the second game of the year, he was caught stealing 3 times, but made his redemption arc known by having the walk-off walk that sealed victory for the Power.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And what does it say about this Power team that there were light concerns about needing walk-offs to win the first 3 games? You drop a tough one to the Pirates in game 1, but you still take a look at the record and they're 13-2.
Yeah, it's been unblemished in the last week and a half or so. They not only have been beating teams, but they have beaten the daylights out of teams.
Wave and a miss. 4th strikeout of the day for Moises Escobedo, but not before a 2-out triple and a wild pitch mean that the Power take the lead. Pirates bats coming up here in the top of the 3rd.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Them online at darepair.com for more information.
Quality. 1-0 the score here in the top of the third as Jimmy Welcher back to work on the rubber for the Power. The Pirates have got 2 runners in scorer's position. Couldn't drive either one of them in. Now they find themselves with an 0-1 goal as Jimmy Rodriguez got a triple with 2 outs, and then a wild pitch got him in to give the Power the lead.
And it's the Pirates who are actually out in the Power, albeit only 2-1, but Power taking advantage of the lone mistake and a big mistake at that in the wild pitch, and the run coming across the score after a 2-out triple. So you mentioned the last half inning, the 2-out rallies.
Xavier Cadena, grounder to first. And 1 down.
But yeah, to put a bow on it, the 2-out rallies can make or break a ball game. We saw it for the Pirates in the last half inning. They were able to convert their 2-out opportunity, and in the back half, the Power were able to do the exact opposite. Convert on their opportunity, and although 1 run in the second inning may not seem like the difference maker in the ball game, we could look back in the 9th inning saying that's what made the difference.
Troy Serna flew out to center to lead off this game as the lineup turns over. And a first pitch stung into the gap. That's twisting and down. Off the wall, Froy Serna to second base, and he is in there with 1 out. So a 3rd straight inning for the Pirates with a runner in scorer's position. This one with just 1 out.
And that's exactly what you need your leadoff hitter to do, although not in a leadoff situation. Nobody on, act like a leadoff guy and start the rally and pass the baton to the heart of your lineup, which is exactly what they're going to do. Kelly's having to play a base hit last time and a base hit here. More than likely driving the run with the speed of Serna.
3 hits for the Pirates on the day, and to your point, Elias Kelly got the first hit of this game for either team. With 1 out in the first, hit a single, then stole a base. First pitch swinging, landing into the seats.
This team who has a lot of infielders throughout their lineup here. This is another one of those infielders getting the nod today in Kelly.
Kelly looking for his first hit of the year against the Power, 0 for 4 thus far with the strikeout. 0-1 gets the bottom of the zone for a called strike.
This team is so jam-packed with infielders. They have too many guys and not too many places to put them. So all those infielders are getting reps in the outfield and corner outfield spots just because their bats are so valuable.
Wave and a miss, a strikeout for Jimmy Welcher. Dials up a disgusting off-speed pitch, and now there are 2 outs.
And what's been so impressive about Welcher is now he's starting to get those strikeouts, which is something that he hasn't really been manufacturing much this year, but still getting those quick outs. And when he gets runners on base, it's almost like he's better out of the stretch. He doesn't stress when those runners are on base or in scoring position. Sometimes makes them pitch better and more pristine. And gets a strike.
Wave and a miss for Briseño. And a bouncer over to third. Long throw all the way across, and it's high. Briseño will reach. Serna to third. And 2 aboard for the Pirates.
This is a situation where you might get a stolen base opportunity for Briseño. Yes, you don't want to run yourself out of the inning, but sometimes we've seen those where they'll sacrifice the out for the run and get themselves into a pickle between first and second.
Already a big-time spot whenever Jordan Viramontes is up. Of course, he is the beer batter. Struck out to end the first. Left Elias Kelly stranded at second. And now here he is with a chance at redemption. His team in an 0-1 hole. Oh, and they got a runner picked off. Back to second, extended run down. Now the runner coming home, and the tag is applied for the 3rd out of the inning. A base running blunder, but the Power will absolutely take it as they get themselves out of the inning.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
The Pirates have stranded 4 in this early contest, 3 in scorer's position. But Jimmy Welcher has pitched himself into and out of trouble, and that's why the Palm Springs Power hold a 1-0 lead as we get set for the bottom of the third. Moises Escobedo has pitched a clean game for the most part for the Pirates, with just 2 very small mistakes, one with the pitch and 2 pitches, I should say, wound up giving the Power a lead.
And it's 2 different ways those pitches ended up coming back to bite him. There's a wild pitch in one of those, and a mistake on a breaking ball that Junior Rodriguez got there for his stitch up. Most ballparks, especially at the collegiate level, that one is way up and way out of there. But because of the dimensions here being so deep here at Palm Springs Stadium, it was held to just a triple.
First pitch to Hasso, big rip.
And really, it could have been for Rodriguez. His coach and Casey Dill was sending him, trying to give him the inside the Parker, but Rodriguez decided to, as our good buddy Jack Lennon will say, drop anchor at third base, and ended up being a smart decision.
Hasso, liner through for a base hit. Leadoff runner for the Power. Their second hit of the day.
And Hasso's been another one of those guys who's been a mainstay throughout the lineup from day one to this current day, and he's been coming up in big situations, whether it's to start a rally or end a rally in the way you wanted to, and that's the walk-off hit. He did that early on in the season with the walk-off base hit. So one of those guys who all he wants to do is just help the team, and kind of like Caden Richards is looking for that pitch on the outer portion of the plate and take it the opposite way, which is something that you don't see too often in this game of baseball, at least this modern game of baseball, where guys are just trying to pull the baseball and hit it as hard as they possibly can.
AJ Bianchina takes an 82-mile-an-hour pitch upstairs. Good to see AJ back in the lineup. Had the day off yesterday. Trying to break a little bit of a skid. 0-1 foul, but he's just such a weapon to have, partially because of his defense, which has been consistently solid, but mostly because of his unprecedented speed on the base pass. 12 stolen bases on the year. Doesn't just lead the team, quadruples any of his teammates. No caught stealing either.
Yeah, he's a guy who starts at the top of the lineup, can be at the bottom of the lineup as a...
The throw gets away. Hasso on his way to second. And he will stay there. Man, that throw really got away. You wonder if there's a chance Hasso could take off the third, but wisely stays at second as the pickoff goes awry.
Unless you're 100% certain, you never want to make the first or third out of an inning at third base, especially the first out, and could really kill the momentum, could kill a rally, and a situation where you'd love to have some insurance runs here early on. Don't want to make that crucial out.
Second runner in scores position for the Power. The first with less than 2 outs. 1-1 pitch to Bianchina inside.
Full bases leading the team.
You can see he's very close to the plate. Still has not been plunked by a pitch this year, which I'm sure he's glad about. 2-1.
I was almost expecting him to get hit by a pitch there after you said that, just because that's usually how it goes.
I wouldn't wish on anybody. That hurts.
Not a fun feeling, that's for sure.
In case you're wondering, it's a tie between Matthew McCate and Nick English for the lead in hit by pitches. 3 each. Now the 2-2. Skied in the air. Camping under it is Briseño. No, he will yield to the left fielder, Jordan Viramontes.
That's quite the run right there. But usually you do want that outfielder to make the play if they can. It's a lot easier for the outfielder to make it running in as opposed to the infielder running back. Still a heck of an effort out there in left field to get out number 1.
Trevor Banning will see his second at-bat of the day, leading things off from the shortstop position. Banning was originally scheduled at first, but a late switch has him over at short.
Six RBIs in his last at-bat that he had last night for Banning. And an opportunity for his first RBI in the ball game because with him in the leadoff spot, can't get a chance to hit any guys in if you're the first guy up.
One pitch from Escobedo to Banning.
Banning, this being his 5th game in every single game so far. Kerr walks his first game, the last 2 games, at least got a hit.
1-1. Called strike. You can see a 2D strike zone on our TrackMan app, and that pitch just barely clipped the edge. That was a really nice pitch from Escobedo, who for the most part has had a really solid performance.
And he's been mainly just working east to west. Sometimes you'll see pitchers work north to south, trying to get guys to chase up in the zone.
1-2 out to center field. It will hang up for Cadena for out number 2.
But with Escobedo, he's been working east-west majority. He'll attack the outside with a couple pitches and then try and change eye level or angle by going inside. Sometimes you see pitchers, more times than not, especially where velocity's been more of a impact, more of a focus in baseball, that these guys will move up, they'll move down to try and change the hitter's eye level, but they won't change the location of east-west, and the hitters don't really have to adjust their arms too much, and it makes it easier to hit.
It's funny the way the pendulum seems to swing across sports. Playstyle shifts a certain way, leads to gaps in playstyle. You shift back the other way. You talk about how strikeouts are not necessarily viewed as the big disadvantage in the analytical world. With the power, of course, strike out just about less than anybody. There's a called strike on the lower part of the plate. And their small ball style seems to have yielded some successful results for Casey Dill, and I think the 3 straight championships back up that point.
You see why there's a certain type of baseball player that Casey Dill will try and go after, and it's
runner on the move over to third, and a surprising steal attempt at third with 2 outs. And the Pirates will happily eliminate Hasso from scorer's position and end the inning. A threat for the Power, but they are left stranded. 1-0 to score as we get set for the 4th.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or take out. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City, facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers all about.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyric. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive.
Well, the night is over for the starter for the Power, Jimmy Welcher. Gave up 4 hits, but no runs allowed as he hands the ball over to Connor Wild.
Kind of ironic, obviously. The pitcher had last name Wild, and Power hoping has control of strikes of the day here, especially against the beer batter to start things off.
Big rip for Jordan Viramontes. Thought he was going to have an at-bat with 2 runners on the last inning, but Armando Briseño was caught stealing second. And that led to Viramontes now leading off the 4th instead.
Strikeouts, no walks for Welcher as well, so doing a great job of commanding the strike zone. Early departure for him, however, and it's now up to the bullpen to have a long outing, and we'll see just how well this bullpen does, especially in a high-leverage situation without their backbone, Petersheim, who most recently just will no longer be a member of the Power because he's off the bigger and better thing. Jacob Petersheim just getting he's off the pro ball.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Gets away, count even.
Obviously, a big congratulations to Jacob Petersheim, who's going to the Oakland Ballers of the Pioneer League.
There was a fun conversation with Casey Dill, who sent over 150 players to the pro ranks. How he said that, obviously, on one hand, sure, your chances to win the title right now just got a little bit worse because you lost a guy who could consistently throw 94. But on the other side of things, he said that is the goal over winning. 2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Connor Wild, welcome to the game as he gets himself a strikeout, the cleanup hitter, and the second beer batter strikeout.
This is actually ridiculous. Whenever Buxton or anyone else gets an off day, they get 2-3 strikeouts, but God forbid I get an off day, and the beer batter will do nothing but line out and ground out.
Now batting number 38, Dane Cunningham.
Dane Cunningham now up with 1 out. But as we were saying, Dill, a manager who's said before that winning is obviously something you want to do, as we have a quick out number 2. But the number one goal is to develop these players. And when you see a guy get a pro contract like that, it just energizes the locker room a bit, because that is ultimately the goal that they're wanting to reach outside of a championship.
Yeah, and we saw it on the Palm Springs Power Instagram, so if you didn't see the video, go check it out. But Casey Dill's essentially saying you got to call that coach back immediately, and it'll be exciting for Petersheim now, who not only will get that opportunity, but to get that opportunity in a quick turnaround is he'll be getting the ball on Sunday for them.
And Casey has said that you have to anticipate throughout the season that that's going to happen. He says that's is definitely not the first signing he's seen. He also said he doesn't think it's going to be the last signing for across his team this season. So it seems like the skipper for the Power predicting that one of his stars might be getting a pro opportunity. And, of course, he, like everybody else, is cheering for that to happen. We have a wave and a miss from Isaiah Walls.
And we've seen a lot of guys in the back end of that bullpen still seeking an opportunity in pro baseball. And as their numbers have gotten better, why not get that opportunity to move on to the next level?
1-2, low. And it's fun to see a manager embrace that because, you know, a lot of times you could convince your guys, like, no, this is the place that you want to play. But look, who doesn't want to play professional ball, right? So to be able to use this program and embrace that, I think it's a reason why the Power have had so much success. Isaiah Wall strikes out, and the Power keep their 1-0 lead. Caden Richards leads things off for the Power on the other side of the 4th.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to a chaotic scene here in Palm Springs Stadium. The game that's played here is what you gotta see in person to fully enjoy. Is that one person is steering the cart, or the person behind is pushing. But as you can see, the route along the dugout has not exactly been the traditional shape. I think that the struggles that we're seeing for the team on the left are masking the route for the team on the right. And now the power players are kind of getting involved in a potential collision. And finally, this chaotic race, if you can call it that, has come to an end. We're all winners, except for the person who lost. Where they truly
They're kids, man.
Just turn the wheel.
State Farm remains the number one auto
So
insurance.
Nathan Guangarena is going to lead things off for the Pirates. I wanted to come back a little bit, or pardon me, Kane Richards is going to lead off for the Power. I wanted to come back a little bit early to talk about a really fun storyline with the Inland Valley Pirates, because for a long time, Charlie Reynoso was the manager for the Pirates. He was a manager with the Power, walked off the Pirates to win their championship last year, their 3rd straight. And Reynoso is now the general manager, still also listed as the manager, but he also has, adjusted his role a bit. So the main decision maker right now for the Pirates is Dylan Kewen. And I, part of my duties are to go over to the locker room and get the lineup, give a little bit of a conversation. So I was kind of running a little bit late yesterday. I run in there, just kind of say hi, Mr. Kewen, my name is Vince. I just take a snap of a picture and leave. And so today I decided, you know what, I got a few questions about his team. He's a really cool guy, so I thought I'll ask a little bit more. So had a bit of a 3-minute conversation with him, and then I left. He said, well, I'll see you around, Vince. And I was walking out, I realized to myself I had never said my name the second time. And Kewen had remembered my name for a brief encounter the first time I saw him yesterday. So a guy who is naturally personable, and looking at what he does during the course of the year and why he is free over summer, it's clear why he holds such a fun characteristic, because he is a math teacher at Sunny Hills High School, where, of course, as a teacher, you have to recognize a bajillion names as Caden Richards takes ball 1.
It's a great skill to have. It shows humility, and also shows that if I ever need help with math homework, I got someone to call.
You got school over summer?
Not at the moment, thankfully. But.
Well, no, Pop Foul. I did a few summer classes, and yeah, those are always. The strategy I would do is I would do all the toughest courses over summer, because that way there's a summer form will be easier. So you got to beat those up a bit, yeah. Call it running from the grind. I'll call it strategic manipulation. 1-1 to Caden Richards, who grounded out to third back in the first inning. He dumps this one into right field, but it will hang up there. My mistake. Out in right for Froy Cerna.
Caden Richards is out when he's hitting it to the opposite field and do exactly
Now
that.
batting on center is number 19.
Brett Williams shifts it over, makes a play, and getting the leadoff batter out. And it's up to Brett Williams to get things going here with 1 out. Definitely a possibility to get the offense going and get the heart of the lineup up with either a runner on or a runner on scoring position.
First pitch to Brett is up high. Last inning, Williams did something that he has not done too often as a member of the Power. He struck out. That doesn't take away from what has been a really fun year for a talented guy. Comes in hitting .433. Second pitch, a called strike. Over 39 total plate appearances, Brett had struck out a total of 3 times coming in. And to land that fourth one, it's clear that Moises Escobedo, despite being down 1-0, has pitched a really fine game.
Don't see too often guys will walk more than they strike out, and Williams is one of the few exceptions. I think that too. He's having a great eye at the plate because he's sitting behind the plate for 9 innings and kind of gets used to pitch calling, knowing not only what his pitcher's tendencies are, what opposing pitcher's tendencies are, and that makes him a better hitter.
2-1 up high. Williams is .538 on base percentage. Unofficially leads the team. Kai Cunningham is at .625, but he has 8 total plate appearances. Newer addition to this team, at least did not start this game. I see him later on. Here's the 3-1, and it's a 1-out walk for the Power as Brett Williams reaches safely.
That's just what he does. He'll find his way on base paths any way possible. If it's not going to be a hit, it's going to be a hit.
Batting out of Virginia, number 24, R.J.
Yes, that hit streak
Holmes.
of 6 is still in jeopardy, but now it's extending his on-base streak to 7 games.
4 strikeouts on the day already from Moises Escobedo. Goes by Mo. But of course, against this Power team, when it rains, it pours. R.J. Holmes looking to keep the momentum going. Struck out looking in the second.
Big at bat for Holmes here, who had that 6-hit game and has really been looking for that big breakthrough moment since. And had a multi-hit game since, and for Holmes, that's kind of his philosophy going into the games is he doesn't just want to get a hit and boost the average a little bit. He wants average hits. He wants to come up with hits in big situations, clutch situations, as every baseball player does. But Holmes takes pride in being a top-of-the-bat lineup and wants to prove day in, day out why he deserves to be in that spot.
0-1 from Escobedo. High pop-up. Near the gate and now fouled. Over by the batting cages on the right field side.
Holmes is a great 2-strike hitter, too, and that's something that is extremely undervalued in this game of baseball is being able to have a good 2-strike approach and not just because you're in a hole, feel like you're in a hole and excel in these situations better than most hitters do.
Holmes takes in, down 0-2. Runner at first, 1 out. Power lead 1-0 over the Pirates. And to heap even more praise on Escobedo, and I've given him quite a bit already, I don't know if we're going to see, there's a chance that we see the entire rest of the year of Brett Williams and R.J. Holmes striking out back-to-back. That is something that, there's a real chance it doesn't happen the rest of the year. And that's what Mo did to the Power in the first and second. But it's also a testament to the Power as well that they can be so flummoxed early on and still manufacture themselves a run, find themselves in the lead here in the bottom of 4.
Yeah, Mo, no pun intended, is just mowing these hitters down.
That was intended. That was intended. 2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. A 5th strikeout for Mo. 2 out here in the 4th.
Just trying to ruin my fun here, Vince, huh?
Oh, you're just lying is what you're doing. Not intended. Get out of here, man. Owen Michelson struck out in the second. What a fun transition for him. When he was missing time, he was doing a lot of bullpen catching. He was trying to stay around the team because he is a catcher. That is his main position. But in this contest, he is playing center field.
And this is what summer ball is about, is trying to establish yourself in a new position and being able to play in the outfield. If you're able to play center field, you can play anywhere in the outfield, and that could be an especially valuable asset when he gets back to Asheville and they need an outfielder. He can just raise his hand and be like, I got you, coach. I can play there.
Takes a strike. Casey Dill told me that it was easier to make that change than a lot of other times you're moving a catcher around because you want their bat. Because Michelson does have some experience in the field. but listed by catcher on our rosters, or we saw him at the start of the year as he fouls one back. I'm pretty clear we're going to see him at some point behind the dish, but with the way that Brett Williams is also handling his business, it's going to be a really fun problem to see play out.
And it's quite the tandem they have, and you said a good problem to have, and it gives the flexibility to give guys the off day or put them in that designated hitter position.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Michelson. Runner goes, bounces in, no throw, and Brett Williams heads to second.
Good time to go for that stolen base, 2 outs here, and opportunity to get the 2-out rally after Holmes' strikeout, and Michelson trying to do just that, and makes it now a potential RBI opportunity.
The catcher and the catcher by trade hoping to link up to extend the lead for the Power. Brett Williams at second base. Michelson in a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Escobedo.
Michelson, 27 RBIs on the year back at UNC Asheville. Also had 4 home runs, so definitely some pop in that bat. And there was just a resurgence here for him. Had a year where in his freshman campaign hit only .077. And this year to hit above 300, a huge achievement for him, and looking to build upon that here this summer and next season.
2-2. Called strike 3. 5th strikeout of the day for Moises Escobedo. Some blazing hot pitches catching the Power off guard. They still lead 1-0 as we head to the 5th.
Today's game is brought to you by
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
The brilliantly named Nathan Guangarino leading things off the Inland Valley Pirates, down 1-0 to the hometown Palm Springs Power. Vince Hesbrook with Sam King. Glad to have you with us here on this Saturday night.
Visit your best locations in
And we have a pitching change for the Power. Connor Wild pitched a clean inning for the Power, and he will hand the ball over to Alexander Oliver, who represents the 3rd pitcher of the game.
for a home auto business
Like
and
your Oliver
bumper
here for a
insurance.
good time,
When you want
not for a
coverage
long
backed by
time.
real
He's about
service and
1 inning,
real integrity from
classic
True
outings, but
Integrity
that's where
Agents
he's been really
Insurance
successful. Had a
Services.
really rough
Give
start
them
to the
a
year.
visit and protect what
Kind of
matters
sticks out with
most.
Power fans that lost against the Alameda Merchants, where he gave up 6 runs, all of them
Attention
earned.
fans, now pitching
And that
for
was a
the
game
Power
where
number
they ended up
2.
blowing it. They had a 5-run lead. They brought in Oliver, and that lead ended up getting squandered, blowing the 5-run lead in 2 innings, and evidently getting the 5 runs to kind of win the ball game. Looking for what has been a bounce back outing last week or so. He just had bounce back outing after bounce back outing and started to play. He's a true high leverage arm for this team, and that one outing was just
Of course, in the sport of baseball, you'll have plenty of chances to make mistakes, but even more opportunities to earn redemption. A 5.54 ERA for Oliver, as his first pitch to Guangarino is getting the bottom of the zone for strike 1.
And since that outing against the Merchants, no runs allowed in 5 innings, only 2 hits and 1 walk in that time period.
Second pitch sprayed foul. Guangarino already down 0-2. It's worth mentioning that we get to see a look at the strike zone, and we've seen a lot of low pitches being called strikes. That's obviously something that a batter has to adapt to. Every ump's going to have a zone that's a little bit different. The 3rd pitch is high. But that's going to be really interesting to monitor, just see how much space these pitchers are allowed to work with, especially in a low-scoring game like this one.
Yeah, obviously the pitchers don't have the pitch tracks like we do, but you could see the strike zone from the dugout, from the bullpen.
Wave and a miss. Alexander Oliver strikes out the first batter he sees.
Yes, to put a bow on what we were saying is you can see the strikes from the batter's box dugout, and you're also talking with your teammates throughout the game, and they're like, yeah, they're calling that low strike, so you're hearing your teammates on the offensive end say that, and you as a pitcher got to put that in the back of your mind and be like, oh, that's maybe where I should attack, especially with 2 strikes, and either get a chase or get a call strike looking.
Darren Osterloh flew out to center in the second inning. First pitch way high from Oliver. Came in at 89 miles per hour. Yes.
What's about Oliver this year is that velocity is increasing. The summer's gone on, and he's just gotten better.
1-0.
He just looked like a different pitcher, a changed pitcher. That one outing that rocked him. Sometimes you'll see that shake pitchers up, and it'll rough them up for their next outings to come. But Oliver, the exact opposite, and it's been a redemption arc for him since.
2-0 pitch, grounded and through for a base hit. It is worth mentioning that the pitch before the base hit, it was called a ball, did get the top of the zone. So we're seeing that the low strike is being provided, but it kind of is a fun correction. The high strike not quite is there. Of course, a base hit nonetheless for Osterloh. And you're at Cadena in the 9th spot.
Ground ball picked up last time off, and Oliver would love a ground ball here to potentially get him out of this inning.
First pitch to Cadena. Inside ball 1. Osterloh, the second baseman, definitely a threat to take off in this situation. 1 out, 1 run game. The Power have had just 2 hits so far. 5 for the Pirates.
And the Power either don't have an RBI yet in this ballgame. Their lone run came on a wild pitch.
Here's the 1-1 to Cadena. Inside ball 2.
I like to move it. I like to move it.
Manufacture any way to get himself on and not have to force it to be another 2-out situation for this Pirates team, because they've struggled mightily with that all season, especially today.
Runner goes, throw down to second. Is it a second caught stealing? No! Ooh, it looked awful close, but Osterloh gets into second. And Cadena in a hitter's count now is a runner in scorer's position.
Bang, bang, play, and get in there for the swipe sack right there, and could have proved costly right there if he was thrown out, especially in a 3-1 count to Cadena, who is 1 pitch away from walking and that runner moving over to second either way.
And Cadena gets aboard for ball 4. Alexander Oliver, 2 runners aboard after the leadoff strikeout to Juan Garena. And the lineup turns over to Froy Cerna, who doubled last time up.
Cerna did what you want your leadoff hitter to do with 1 out in his last go-around. Got that double with left stranded at third base. Leading runners on have been the issue for the Pirates. Have already left 5 stranded so far, and Cerna looking to break that cycle here.
Big swing, Cerna hunting for the lead. 1 for 2 with a double. A double came in the 3rd. Last inning we saw of Jimmy Welcher, who went 3 clean.
Close pitch, but not going to go after that pitch on the inside, and wise take there from Cerna, who likes to extend his hands to get that pitch on the outer half and do damage on the barrel.
1-1 to Cerna. Takes up high.
Pitch tracks right there. That one might even be up and out corner. As good of a pitch as you could ask for Oliver. Unfortunately, that one missing the zone.
Sport of adjustments. We'll see if Oliver has one in his bag. 2-1. Bouncer. This could be 2. Step to 1 to first, a double play. Alexander Oliver escapes the inning, and the Power keep the lead. We'll see if their offense can add on with Junie Rodriguez leading things off in the bottom of the 5th.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
It was a terrific outing from Moises Escobedo of the Inland Valley Pirates, but the Palm Springs Power could breathe a sigh of relief because Escobedo is out of the game. And in comes Will Stradley, just finished up his final year of high school ball, now committed to play at Colorado Christian University. That's a D2 school. And here's the first pitch from Stradley. Bottom of the zone for a called strike to Junie Rodriguez, who scored a triple in the second.
Colorado Christian, also going to be the home of former Power and PSCL catcher Ben Wade. So excited to see a pair of future teammates, although not going to be linking up on the diamond here tonight. Cross paths here at Palm Springs.
We have to hope that they connected at some form. Stradley pitched in game 1 against the Power. 1-1, hit hard, through for a base hit. Junie Rodriguez is 2 for 2. He has 2 of the 3 hits that the Power have hit so far today.
Junie Rodriguez being the spark plug for this offense that they so desperately need. Versus bats that came in a little bit cold against his Fire team on Tuesday night, and it seemed like they're suffering the same fate. Junie Rodriguez trying to be an answer, trying to be a spark plug for this offense, and him being leadoff guy, hoping to touch steal a base and really put his offense in a position to double their lead or even further and be a huge insurance run at this moment.
Conley struck out in the second. Takes the first pitch ball. Stradley's showing against the Power in game 1. He faced 11 batters, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts as well. 1-0 up high. And this is what the Power do. When you're struggling to find the zone, when you're in this kind of danger zone, and you're on the mound, you're going to see a lot of takes from these Power players. See what Conley does ahead 2-0. Here's the pitch from Stradley, back to first.
Big opportunity for Conley to really get going for this Power team. And 2 RBIs against the Inland Valley Bucks.
Everybody clap your hands.
That's on 8 days ago.
Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all.
We'll see if Conley has the green light. 3-0. Seems like a take situation. What a called strike.
Conley hasn't been able to get the OBP around exactly either. As that one may have been ball 4, just narrowly missing the zone. And that's just kind of been how it's been for Conley. He hasn't had a walk in 4 games, and now he's swinging away at a pitch right down Main Street on 3-1, and he just missed it.
Well, from potential ball 4 to 3-2, but again, that low strike, it's been there for everybody.
Consistently called, so you got to swing at it.
Big time pitch from Will Stradley with a runner on, nobody out. Dropped into left field for a base hit. Runners at first and second for the Power. And here comes Alex Hasso.
Not the most conventional hit for Conley off the end of the bat. A little looper right there for Conley, just throwing his bat to the ball with 2 strikes. And when you put it in play, good things will happen. And that exact thing happens for Conley. You want nobody out in a big situation for the Power to touchy break this one open.
And seemingly recognizing the moment, the Pirates will take a mound feeding. 2 batters, 2 hits for Will Stradley. Still a chance to buckle down, a more than manageable 1-run deficit. There's been 5 hits for the Power. with the 2 hits, 5 hits for the Power, 5 hits for the Pirates as well. There we go.
English is tough. We've seen that for both of us already through this broadcast.
Well, it was a funny mistake because I meant to say Pirates had 5 hits. They realized that saying the Power had 5 was also a correct statement because they happen to have the same number of hits in this game. Alex Hasso takes the first pitch strike.
A lot of it had a additional hit added on the scoreboard's Power, at least how I have it, only with 4 hits. But 5th hit would do wonders for this team right here for Michelson, who's still in search of his first RBI.
Yeah, it's a good point. I believe it is 4 because I said Rodriguez had 2 of the 3 hits, and then Amari Conley got another. So I believe it's 4 right now for the Power.
And it's been the bottom of the lineup for this Power team. No hits from the first 5 hitters in the order.
It's the depth that Casey Dill commands. The 1-1 pitch up high, back pick, and they might have him sure enough. Amari Conley too far off the bag. And Nathan Guangarena recognizes the advantage and gets a key first out.
I don't understand what Conley was doing right there. He was a good 30 feet off the bag, thinking the first baseman wasn't going to give him a look. But in a situation where you already have a runner ahead of you, there's no reason to have a big lead like that. All you're asking for is to get yourself gunned down on the base paths as he did.
Still a lot of offensive momentum for the Power. 2-1 pitch to Alex Hasso.
That could be a potential play that is a big swing in the momentum pendulum, and needing a shift of focus here is Hasso at the plate, who needs to put the momentum back in the Power's favor and looking to parlay that into a big knock here in a hitter's count 3-1.
Pop up. Right side. Cunningham gets out number 2.
In the blink of an eye, you have 3-ball count and you had 2 on. You think you might have a chance of the bases loaded, and just a few pitches later, you get picked off, you get a pop-up to third base, and all of a sudden it's going to come down to A.J. Giancana to try and salvage the inning and driving these runners after the first 2 got aboard.
Giancana flew out to left in his first at-bat, hitting in the 9 spot. First pitch from Stradley to Bianchina in there for a called strike. No, my mistake. Wow. It's been very clear over the course of this game that the strike zone is low and definitely not high.
That's my type of strike zone as a hitter.
1-0. In tight. That one absolutely a ball.
Especially with the velocity of those pitches right at the chest, so to speak. It can always be tough to catch up with and get a good swing on, tough to get barrel on, but at the bottom of the zone, you tend to see it a little bit longer, and that can cause you to get extended and get a good piece.
Stradley throwing a consistent 84, 85 miles per hour. And we saw the Power manufacturer run seemingly out of thin air back in the second inning when Junie Rodriguez got that 2-out triple, then a wild pitch got him in. Maybe on the flip side here for the Power, after a pair of base hits, a caught stealing, and a pop-out, leave them with an opportunity that they're hoping will not go to naught. Bianchina ahead 2-1. Runner at second is Rodriguez. Oh, and an incredible catch by Will Stradley. Cat-like reflexes from the now graduated, talented high school athlete, and a 0 for the Power after the 2 hits to get us going. We're going to head to the 6th. This is Palm Springs Stadium.
Specializing in expert.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Alexander Oliver on for his second inning of work. His Palm Springs Power leads 1-0 over the Inland Valley Pirates in a game that is filled with fun narratives and storylines, with the big one being that the Power walked off the Pirates to win their third consecutive league and championship exactly 11 months ago on this day.
Hitter here for the Pirates.
And pinch hitting for the Pirates, number 9. Oscar Grijalva.
Check into the ball game here.
Grijalva goes to Cal State Northridge, listed at catcher. First pitch inside for ball 1.
Checking in for Kelly. I'm guessing he's going to take over for him at third base position as well and get a new guy over at the hot corner. Getting guys on base hasn't been the issue for the Pirates. It's been getting them over and around the base paths.
Now we'll see if we could see potentially some other shenanigans from Dylan Kewen, the Pirates manager. Grijalva is listed as a catcher. But of course, we've seen catchers play all over the place, and the proof of that for the Power is Owen Michelson, listed at catcher, playing in center field for the Power this evening.
Catcher's such a vital position, but sometimes if you have
2-1, slow roller to third, charging in is Richards across in time for out number 1.
Sometimes if you have a catching situation, kind of like the Power have, where you have one guy who really can't take out of the lineup, as with Michelson, you have two guys that are bats that you can't not have in the lineup, but only one guy can play the catching position. So putting them in positions that they can maybe have a little bit more weakness at, or are looking for more flexibility at, such as Michelson in the outfield, or the new hitter for the Pirates heading to the infield.
Armando Briseño follows the first pitch behind him. Singled in the third, was caught stealing. Five hits for the Pirates, 4 for the Power. But all sorts of opportunities with runners in scores position. Wave and a miss for Briseño, who's behind 0-2.
And what I'm really curious for Oliver here is to see how he attacks in his second inning of work. He's already doing a good job so far, but he's strived in.
Skies this one in the right field, and 2 outs.
But he's strived in one inning appearances, but anything that's been longer than that is being a little bit chaotic, a little bit shaky for Oliver, but doing good so far, and love to be a hero figure for these fans, and he can get a strikeout here and get discounted beer for the whole ballpark.
Jordan Viramontes has struck out twice in this game, much to the delight of the Power faithful. Could this be the second time in 3 games that we see 3 straight strikeouts from Tyler Griffin here in Palm Springs? Well, a good start. There's a wave and a miss.
Tell you what, be a go figure moment if he does for me.
You're motivated by your own interests. You don't want other people to be happy. You just want you to be happy.
Correct.
Everybody else should be unhappy in your eyes.
That's not what I'm saying. I want our fans here to be able to get the privilege of $4 beer, but I'm just saying I would like it if it happens for me too.
Sam Egan running on pure jealousy and vitriol. Viramontes down 0-2. Alexander Oliver has pitched clean through an inning and 2/3, hoping to cap it off.
Gone down looking, gone down swinging, and candidate to be a strikeout victim for his third time at third ABs, and seeing some fans already starting to move towards the aisles and touching towards the stand.
Did he go? Sure did! 0 for 3 strikeouts for Jordan Viermontes as Sam Egan, enraged at the happiness that others are experiencing, and he is left unable to feel it.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
And welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Leading things off for the Power is Trevor Banning. He's 0 for 2, a line out and a pop out.
Come see for yourself what makes Southwood Street.
The Power lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. We just saw maybe the best highlight of the game so far, Sam. Unfortunately, our videos were able to capture it during the break. But man, we saw a heck of a highlight from Richards, but not Caden Richards.
Or his father, Mr. Richards, as I like to call him.
It's okay to say you don't know his name. I don't know his name either.
It's a form of respect.
Yep.
But not only did he win himself a free round of golf, but he did it in the most impressive fashion that we've seen in Tahquitz Creek. Putting, chipping, has a lot of different names, but it's a competition to see who has the best chip, and Caden Richards' dad had by far the best chip of the season. Wears the green jacket, wears a free round of golf, and he'll hope that his son in the odd deck circle can maybe chip one over the fence or chip an RBI.
Whatever fan is able to chip the ball closest to the pole, held by Rocky, gets, like you said, a free round at golf. Trevor Banning over to short, and a quick out for Will Stadley.
One up, one down. Richards one up his father's performance. Throughout the first pitch, he won the golf competition. His dad so far has been the player of the game on Father's Day weekend. Richards would love to do nothing more than make him proud with a big hit. End up coming around to score and doubling this Power lead.
Well, I got a feeling that based on how good that chip was, I think the only way that Caden could one-up Mr. Richards would be a home run as the first pitch is fouled. But I guess we'll find out. Richards is 0 for 2 on the day.
He's wearing that green jacket with pride. This is incredible.
Yeah, Mr. Richards showing it off as he heads back to his seat. Great crowd here on hand in Palm Springs, 0-1. It's extra funny because how often do you see a father when their kid is batting be really locked in? But Mr. Richards, he's all business right now. This is his moment, not Caden's.
He's wearing the red polo like Tiger Woods as well.
1-1, ripped down the left field line and off the light. Wow.
Talk about light tower power from Richards. Had the exit velo 93 off the bat.
I said the only way that Caden could one up his dad would be a home run, but that is awful close. He almost hit the other tower on the first foul ball.
I know you're a Packers fan, so very grateful you didn't say the word doink right there.
1-2 to Richards in there, called strike 3. Banning grounded out, Richard struck out, and Brett Williams comes up with 2 down, nobody on.
Number 19, Brett Williams.
We were talking to him last night. Last night he changed up his walk-up song a little bit. It's been That's Life All Year by Frank Sinatra for him. Last night changed things up a little bit. And he says if I start to get in a slump, I might have to bring That's Life back. Well, we brought it back tonight, and 0 for 3 game for him so far. So now that brings some questions for what does he do with the walk-up song? Yes, That's Life has been working all season long, but now that he switched things up, is it too late to go back?
1 apiece to Brett Williams. Be worried about what Richards will do if nothing's shaken come this year July.
You just love your song voice, man. I heard it yesterday too. You just sneak them in. You do a good job with it.
I actually forgot what I did yesterday. The 2-1 to Brett Williams. Oh, this is hit well. Out to right field. Cerna on the move. He can't get there. It banks off the base of the wall. Brett Williams on his way to second, and he will keep the wheels turning into third for a 2-out triple.
The lone run for the Power was a 2-out triple that came around to score on a wild pitch. And they're looking for a similar outcome here. 2 outs, another triple, this time off the bat of Brett Williams. He's been the clutch man for this team all year, and huge insurance for him sitting 90 feet away now.
Think about the kind of speed that Brett possesses. A stolen base and a triple in the same game that he is also catching as R.J. Holmes, the DH, who's over 2 with a pair of strikeouts, takes in with a chance to double the Power lead.
Is what you'd like to say is due.
And the throw gets away. A second run for the Power. Who saw this coming? The first run scored with a 2-out triple and a wild pitch. The second one scores the exact same way. Wow.
I don't want to say I called it, but after that Williams triple, I said that Power are looking to drive in this run maybe in the same way they did back in that 3rd inning with Journey. And they did exactly that. Or that 2nd inning, excuse me, with Journey. Wow, it's been a quick game. But I believe your quote yesterday to finish up on that thought we had a batter ago was, I think you said a rock in a hard place was your other song quote.
Oh, it wasn't even on purpose. 2-0. Make it 3. I'll try and sneak a Sinatra in there whenever Richards has his song. But, man, I still can't get over it. Hoffman, only 2 times in this game the Power have had a runner reach third, and both times you've seen a wild pitch. 3-0 was a 4-pitch walk to R.J. Holmes, and Owen Michelson will get an at-bat with a runner on.
And how astonishing would it be if the score holds that we get a game that no team has a single RBI?
Now batting out of UNC Asheville,
it's definitely a possibility.
13, Owen Michelson.
They're in the bottom of 6. But we've seen the Pirates get very close plenty of times. Absolutely not out of this contest. Come in at 3-4 on the year, hoping to take the series against the Palm Springs Power. First pitch to Owen Michelson's outside. Definitely a rest advantage for the Pirates because we mentioned that Palm Springs had a game against the Victory in between the 3 games that were played against the Pirates. But the Pirates have had no such game against another opponent. Their last 3 games have all came against the Power. And a bit of rest allowed them to successfully unleash Moises Escobedo, who delivered a terrific performance. Allowed just the 1 run off of course, the 2-out triple and a wild pitch. In the same fate, hits Will Stadley. 1-0 to Michelson. Big swing and a miss.
There's Power yesterday jumped off that early lead and just kept extending it. So Pirates got a good idea pretty early on that they weren't either high leverage guys last night, saving them up for tonight, and you're seeing them do a nice job so far mowing down these Power hitters.
Power scored in 6 of their 8 offensive innings yesterday. 1-1 pitch. Hit well into left field. It will drop in for a base hit. Jordan Viramontes in left field played it safe. Likely the correct decision. If that one gets by him, it might have been an inside the park home run. But Michelson gets aboard, Runners at first and second for Judy Rodriguez, who's 2 for 2.
Number 23, Judy
in this game where runs are coming at
Rodriguez.
a premium, that might have been all the power needed to coast to victory, given how well their pitching has been playing. 3 straight base runners for power, nonetheless, and looking to continue the rally is the red-hot Judy Rodriguez, as you said, already 2 for 2 in the ballgame.
And adding to the surprising inning, Will Stadley got the first 2 batters out. Banning at G6, Caden Richards struck out looking after his dad made a terrific chip in the break to win himself a free round of golf. But then a Brett Williams 2-out triple and a wild pitch got him in. Now a walk and a hit. Here comes Judy Rodriguez. A chance at 3 for 3. Scored a run already, now wanting an RBI.
Oh, it's a bit outside.
Like the already candidate for player of the game, could solidify himself that if he can get himself an RBI right here, and it would be a big opportunity for that with 2 outs. It's already been a pair of two-out runs for the Power this ball game, and Pirates have been struggling in that category.
2-0 pop up a mile into the air. Drifting over and making the play is Armando Briseño. So the Power score, and again, they do it without the services of an RBI. Brett Williams gets home off a wild pitch. The Power leads 2-0 as we head to the 7th.
For next Saturday, June.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Two clean innings from Alexander Oliver means that he leaves in position to contribute to
Very
this.
exciting stuff. Pizza Bar and Grill has 2 locally owned locations in Old Town.
Keith Williams had the ball for the Power is what I'm trying to say to
Valley stuff also features amazing choice of items ranging from salads to steak, seafood, and pasta. Come enjoy amazing items at the bar and over 25 lines for the grass. At the Palm Desert location, we offer live entertainment. For more info, visit call or order online at
Our team
StopPizza.com.
is very high on. They're a guy that years I've now gone off the pros, that the guy that the main chart to be on these high level situations to feel that board that through time going to the pros has left. Only his 3rd appearance here for Williams, but he has been unscathed in his previous to a flawless 0 ERA. That whip is a little scary. It's a 2.5 whip, so there's been a lot of base runners on when he's coming to the game, but he hasn't let those base runners do damage as of yet.
Here's the first pitch to Cunningham. Inside, ball 1. Yeah, it's been a few precarious outings. The ERA is at 0, to your point. Over 2 innings. Has allowed 2 walks. Second pitch foul, count even at 1 apiece.
And it's a bit of a conundrum when you see a whip that high in the 2s and to not see any single runs allowed. It makes you feel like you're due for some runs to be allowed, that you've been getting lucky, but maybe for Williams it's that he's got the stuff to get himself out of sticky situations, and That's exactly the type of trait that you love to have in a reliever, especially your high leverage ones. They're hoping Williams can make it not as scary for his manager, but limit the damage nonetheless.
2-1 chop foul. Count even at 2 apiece. Over 2 innings, 2 walks, and 3 hits for Keith Williams.
As long as he gets to the bowling, would be his 3rd inning of work this season.
Cunningham is 0 for 2 for the Pirates. Just up high, and the count is full. Boy, again, it's been a common theme so far on our 2D strike zone we have, thanks to the TrackMan system set up. That tells us that's a strike. But the high strike has not been there, the low strike has. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4.
And that's just game shifting, maybe an inning shifting type of at-bat where you think you have strike 3, you more than likely should have if you're Williams, and you get your first batter on the ball game. Instead, leadoff man aboard on a walk after 3rd pitch should have been strike 3, and 4th pitch just got away from Williams, and got to buckle down if you're Williams on the mound and just shake it off and move on to the next hitter.
And the first pitch to Isaiah Walls is low. Dane Cunningham takes second. Walls led off yesterday's game as the shortstop, now hitting in the 6th spot as a DH. Line out to center and a strikeout in 2 at-bats.
The power, obviously, you don't want any runners to score here, especially with how poorly the Pirates have been with runners in scoring position, but at the very least, you have to limit this at just 1 maximum and need Williams to attack these hitters here and get quick outs.
1-1 sprayed foul. 89 on the gun for Keith. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Walls.
So near. Right behind the 3rd base dugout. Right to the back of our bleachers right there.
Dane Cunningham, a leadoff walk. Took second on a wild pitch. Here's the 1-2, outside, count even.
Williams. That pitch out zone, you could get the chase, and now it's time to stop flirting with the hitter and get that swing and miss.
That last pitch clocked at 90 miles per hour. Keith keeps pitching faster, and he gets a called strike 3. 89 in on the hands, and a big out number 1 for Keith Williams.
Williams understanding that that pitch up in the zone isn't going to get called for a strike, but pitch downstairs and inside will be, so attacking where the umpire will give you the strike, and Williams doing a good job of that, getting out number 1.
Up comes the catcher, Nathan Guangarena. In his first at-bat, he hit a 2-out double, struck out in the 5th.
Williams doing a great job after the leadoff walk of throwing the first pitch strike and just attacking hitters.
The 0-1 pitch from Williams. Inside 1-1.
A little bit too far inside, but I like the idea of just trying to jam the hitter here. Give yourself some loose attack, and the righty at the plate, get him jammed inside, get a ball on the left side of the field, and don't let that runner move up to 3rd base.
Big swing and a miss. It's been nothing but heat for Keith Williams. Everyone between 88 and 90 miles per hour. The 1-2, wave and a miss. Got him with the off-speed pitch. Perfectly set up for Nathan Guangarena, who chases outside the zone. 2 down, runner at second for Darren Estarlo.
big strikeout there from Williams, a guy who isn't a huge strikeout guy. Yes, he's averaging a strikeout per outing. But already 2 strikeouts here to start his outing here. That's something that isn't his bread and butter, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way he's been pitching today.
Osterloh takes the first pitch strike.
At the top of the inning, the whip is something that looked a little bit scary, a little bit daunting when Williams came in, but he's been able to bend, not break all season long, and he's one good pitch away from getting himself to do so.
One. Hit to short on the backhand. Long throw across from Trevor Banning, and the scoop's not there. The runner comes home, and the lead is down to 1.
So not going to go down as an error. And I got to ask, do you have that going down as an RBI with the runner taking the extra base right there on the throw? Or that's one of those iffy ones, right?
In the meantime, Osterloh gets an RBI. I'm sure that Trevor Banning would say that it's a play that he should make. But on the backhand, momentum kind of going the other way.
Well, the runner, I don't think would have scored there. Had to throw not been Aaron, and
yep.
Now the error is up on the scoreboard. So 3 runs in this ball game, and not a single one has come off a run batted in.
So the question now, is it a single and an error or just an error? Guess we'll find out after the game. In the meantime, Xavier Cadena, 0-1, called strike. So it won't be an unearned run as it stands right now for Keith Williams.
I think that's an error on the throw, and it'll probably be an unearned run when it's all said and done. But I think that was going to be hit regardless. A tough play for Banning to make, but there's a throw that was errant that caused a little bit of chaos.
Strike 3, swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the inning for Keith Williams, but the Inland Valley Pirates respond with a run. Dane Cunningham, a leadoff walk, wild pitch, and then to get him to second, and then the error gets him all the way across. It's a 1-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th.
Palm Springs Kia proudly sponsors tonight's 7th inning stretch. Designed for your eyes, built for your life, and made for desert nights. Palm Springs Kia, where style meets comfort. Visit us at palmspringskia.com. Now, let's play ball.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, eat all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Ryder Gibson on the mound here for the Pirates. The Pirates got themselves 1 run in the top of 7. And it's just a 1-run game here in Palm Springs. Vince Esprick with Sam Ian. It's been a fun one so far. Definitely a juxtaposition of what we've seen throughout this series, particularly yesterday. The Power scored in 6 of their 8 innings and multiple home runs. Something that Casey Dill told me is that it felt like that Dylan Hewlin was strategically using his
Maury Conley.
Decided to kind of use his guys who haven't seen as much action so he can save his best arms for a spot like this. It has worked out well for the most part for the Pirates. That said, a pair of wild pitchers have let 2 runs score for the Power, and that's why they lead 2-1 as Amari Conley leads off here in the bottom of the 7th.
I think there's both these managers who were anticipating a close ball game like this. I don't think they were anticipating it to be as low scoring as it's been. We haven't seen a game this low scoring in CPCL, at least for these two teams, all season long, especially with the power so prevalent at putting up runs. And it was funny, we were talking on the drive over here to the ballpark that other than that first week, we haven't really seen any walk-off situations or high-leverage close ball games. And we said, on the way here tonight might be the night because it feels like we're almost due for it, and that's exactly what we've gotten here. It's been a treat of a ball game so far.
Amari Conley waves and misses at the third pitch. He's in a 1-2 hole. Had a base hit last time he was up in the fifth, but was caught on a bat pick with nobody out. So here's the 1-2 pitch from Gibson to Conley. A very long pause, and here we go.
And there's Conley getting picked off that evidently ended up deflating the balloon in that inning, and there's two straight that were up and down just like that, and the inning was over in the blink of an eye. Conley, aware of what happened in the last inning, wanted to make up for that mistake, and he's in a good battle right now.
We'll do it again, 1-2. This game has been cruising along, only hour 50. We're already in the bottom of the seventh.
I don't have a pitch clock here, but it sure does feel like it.
Yep. 1-2 to Conley. Count even. That last pitch coming in at 85 miles per hour.
It's a good, consistent spin here on the mound, though.
And a fun spot for Ryder Gibson, who's uncommitted. Forces a chase from Conley, who gets enough bat on it.
Big opportunity for him to face against some Division I caliber hitters, and you get these guys out, go through this tough part of the lineup, put yourself some points in. Definitely add that to your highlight tape.
2-2 called, strike three. Down goes Amari Conley. Ryder Gibson gets his first guy with a strikeout looking.
That one I thought looked low. Good take by Conley. That one well downstairs, but 7 innings in, we've been talking about it all game, how that low strike has been called, and I understand wanting to take that pitch in your first at-bat. Even in your second at-bat, I understand it, but now that you have an understanding of the strike zone your third time, you got to understand that that's what's being called. It's been there all night. You just have to adjust as a hitter.
Hasso grounded to first. Sliding play by Cunningham, who takes it to the bag himself for the second out.
That's 2 quick outs here on the bottom lineup here. Definitely a fun opportunity here for Ryder Gibson, who took up 2 down against some really tough hitters and dealing with another one in the Division I best, A.J. Bianchino, who's still in search of his first in the ballgame.
Bianchino was a leadoff hitter for much of the power season, currently in the 9th spot after a little bit of a skid. Like we've said plenty of times, his wheels and his base running make him especially valuable in any spot of the lineup, particularly in the 9th spot where you get to be that de facto leadoff runner.
And what could be key for Bianchino, and no, that was not intentional, is if he hits one down the line, gets a double or triple, or even if he gets a base hit, 12 stolen bases leading the team, he's definitely a candidate to steal second. Heck, maybe even try and steal third. And we've seen when guys get on third, good things happen. 2 wild pitches played across the only direction of the power on net.
We were questioning why Alex Hasso tried to steal third with 2 outs earlier in this game, and I guess it makes sense when you think about the way the 2 runs have scored for the power. 2-1, wave and a miss.
And that one was definitely the aggressive decision that, as the result shifts a little bit, could be one we look back on and say that may have ended up biting the power.
Ryder Gibson, uncommitted, consistently touching 85, a chance at a shutdown inning. Here's the 2-2. And the count runs full.
And if the game gets tired of these fans getting more and more into it, we'll see how these high-pressure situations will benefit, and typically with the home team, it benefits them more times than not.
Payoff pitch, 2 out, nobody on to Bianchino. Popped up into the right side. And putting it away for the Pirates is Dane Cunningham. A perfect 1-2-3 inning for Ryder Gibson. Uncommitted, but with that inning, you expect that title to not be held for very long. Pirates down 1 as they get set for the top of 8.
Coachella Valley.
Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
It is Reed Entertondo as the new pitcher for the Power. This will be the fourth pitcher they've used after the start of Jimmy Welcher went 3 scoreless. A team effort across the board for the Palm Springs Power, but it's still been a really fun battle against the Inland Valley Pirates here in Game 3.
Yeah, it's been a great ball game here and high leverage situation. So we go to a new harm here and hope this hurler can get some zeros, and who knows if this can be an extended save situation.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Close, but taken for a ball. Big swing, poke foul. Power lead 2-1 on 7 hits. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is a pinch hitter for the Pirates. Take inside.
Finish him.
Trying to get a read on who our friend number 4 is. But in the meantime, here's the 2-2.
Trying to help you out here, partner. Not seeing much of anything.
Yep. Well, actually, I don't feel bad. You know, if I have it and you've got it, it means I goofed up. But if neither one of us have it, that usually means I can rest a little easy as I go digging through some rosters. Payoff pitch. We'll do it again to our mystery friend.
At this point, just gonna hope he strikes out, has a quick at bat, and won't have to worry about him too much longer.
Payoff pitch, and we're just going to keep on going. Number 4 on the online roster is Parker Sobiziak, my mistake. If this is true, that means that Sobiziak is from Riverside City College. He represents the tying run here in the top of the 8th. 3-2, wave and a miss. Call him what you like, but the result stays the same. A strikeout gets out number 1 for the Power.
Big first out right there for the Power. If you're giving up a run last inning and facing the top of the lineup, although there's a pinch hitter, definitely some concern about the response on the mound. Good job by the new arm and the closer warming up. Likely the 1 inning we'll see from Reed here.
Oscar Grijalva grounded out last time he was up. Replaced Elias Kelly back in the 6th. One foul.
That one a high chopper all the way into the Power dugout. Ball is striking 1 out here, and big situation at the plate here. Pitch hitter who we saw come on in his last at bat and wasn't able to do much. But Pirates, after the run last inning, you know any hitter that comes up, you're the tying run. So you need to just get yourself aboard and hopefully your teammates can pick you up and get you around.
Here's the 1-1. 2-1.
Like the idea of trying to attack down in the zone. We've been talking all day. It's been a low strike zone. Attacking the basement and near the basement and trying to get weak contact on the ground or a wave and a miss.
High pop-up foul. Count even at 2 apiece.
Like the effort from Williams to get up off the ear just in case that one had a chance of staying in, but absolutely no chance. We can tell off the bat that one was going right up and over our heads. We're so near up in Sunrise Park.
Finish him.
The 2-2 pitch to Grijalva. Grounder to third. Richards. Throw on the money. 2 down.
Play by Richards over there at the hot corner to rally cleanly, get over there, plenty of time. Sometimes see that throw be made look a little bit tougher than it is, and Richards just makes it look routine and a big second out.
Armando Briseño, 1 for 3 with a base hit. Was caught stealing in the 3rd. An atmosphere unlike any other here in Palm Springs Stadium. How often do you hear the Wiggles in a spot like this?
Wiggles was a long time. Funny enough, the Wiggles were my first concert when I was less than a year old.
Oh, no way. How was it?
I was about 8 months old. My parents took me, and they said it was one of the worst experiences of their life just because I was sitting and crying the entire time. But especially on this Father's Day weekend, got to give a shout-out to my dad, Brian Egan, for organizing that, and I'm sure that was an absolute thrill for myself and especially my parents.
Yes, great way to honor your father. Talk about a bad experience where you were crying the whole time. 2-0 foul.
Quickly learned that concerts were my thing, but baseball games were.
Those Wiggle songs, man, they can stick in your head. The big red car, right?
Travel big and travel far.
Yeah, see? Oh, gosh, it's already in my brain. There it is. Like a viral disease. 2-1 to Briseño, swing and a miss.
Our defense got to be ready on the right side. Briseño, pair of flyouts both the opposite way, so whether on the ground or on a fly ball, you got to be on your toes on the opposite way.
Judy Rodriguez in right for the Power. Two-two.
You talk about these sounds here at the ballpark. You're up there at the plate. What could possibly be the most distracting sound you can hear that just would throw you off.
Maybe the timing, I think, is more to it. Grounder up the middle for a base hit. The tying run is aboard for the Pirates.
And just shoot one right up the middle, nice exit velo, and hit it where they ate. Tying run aboard, go ahead run coming to the plate, and it's the beer batter who's no longer the beer batter because it's expired after the 7th inning. But what's even scarier, at least for Villamontes, is the fact that he can go down on strikes here and walk back to the dugout wearing a golden sombrero.
Jordan Viramontes 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First one looking, next 2 swinging. The external pressure is off as we are past the 7th inning, so he's no longer the beer batter. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Still pressure of not going down and getting golden sombrero, and golden sombrero, maybe a nice fashion choice. Definitely something that stands out that's sparkles, but in baseball terms, that's one of the last things you could possibly want.
And also just being in a spot in the top of the 8th inning with the tying run aboard. We'll see if Briseño takes off. Stays put, 0-1, swing and a miss. Nice stop by Brett Williams.
And we've seen this Pirates team already struggle mightily with runners on base. We've left 7 guys stranded here today.
A perfectly normal score for a very unusual contest. Thanks for sticking around with us here. Spend your Saturday night with us at the ballpark. 0-2, did he go? He did not.
It's a tough skill to have, is being able to check up your swing and keep the hands back long enough to avoid going down on strikes and earning himself a golden sombrero. So another chance to get strike 3 here just 1 pitch later. After almost getting the swing on a high fastball, why not go to again on 1-2?
Hit into right field, dropping and down for a base hit. Runner on their way to third, and they are at the corners for Dane Cunningham.
Back-to-back base knocks here, and tying run 90 feet away. The go-ahead run on base paths here. High-stress situation. This is what we live for here in the CPCL.
Now batting number 38, Dane Cunningham.
The moment belongs to Dane Cunningham. In the last inning, he led off with a walk, got to second on a wild pitch. Reached third on a hit, scored on an E6 on that same play.
They're trying to maybe establish where the strike zone was there. Thought that one was touch a ball, but rather figure it out early on in the count on 0-1 instead of 2 strike count. As ball skipped to the outfield, an errant bullpen pitch, but play won't be stopped for it.
0-1. Ooh, and a big stop by Brett Williams. That almost got away and would have allowed the tying run to score in the same way that the Power got their 2 runs.
It would have been fitting. What goes around comes around, but Brett Williams, one of the best backstops across the CPCL, and showing not only that he is an excellent player on the offensive side, but has the tools to do it on the defensive end as well.
1-1, wave and a miss.
How big of a situation this is. 2 strikes, 2 on. The tying run standing 90 feet away.
Briseño at third. Viramontes at first.
You got to go with this breaking ball here. It's been all fastballs to Cunningham, and he's sitting dead red. So try and throw off the timing and go with the low outside breaking ball.
Driven out to left field. Conley coming in, but he will watch it fall, and the game is tied. 3 straight hits for the Pirates, and we are tied at 2.
First RBI we've seen at the ball game from either side. It's
Now
been
batting number
runs coming in and
17, Ty
doing by
Diaz.
his ways, but that one earned from Cunningham, a 1-2 fastball. Talk about maybe needing to go with the slider in that situation, and instead goes fastball, lets too much of it over the zone, and like we said, this was not enough.
Isaiah Walls comes in with 2 runners on, 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out his last 2 at-bats. Walls quickly behind 0-2.
Scramble for the foul ball.
Get a free popsicle if you get it.
I'll be honest, if I was a kid and there was a foul ball with a popsicle, I would need a little bit more than popsicle, man. At least throw in hot dog and a drink or a little bit something, a little bit more than something.
It's about the chase.
As a kid, ice cream, popsicle, I mean, that might be all you need. I mean, popsicle's a good sweet treat, especially if you get the right flavor.
1-1 up the middle, base hits. Rounding third, the play at home. The throw is late. And the Pirates have taken the lead. Isaiah Walls cashes in.
Pirates faithful having a chance to make noise for the first time all weekend, and there was an infield base hit, a good stop over there at second base to look like maybe cut it off that run for a second, but got the windmill anyway with Viramontes and was able to just beat out the throw for Bianchina. Pirates had their first lead all game.
Troy Cerna struck out to start the inning. Then an Oscar Grijalva ground out. Made it 2 outs, nobody on. But 4 straight singles from the Pirates gives them a 3-2 lead.
You said all with 2 outs.
And a wild pitch means now 2 runners in scores position for Nathan Guangarena.
It rains, it pours, and it's just been an avalanche for the Power this inning. But you got to keep it limited and trust your offense. All they've been struggling today. They've been so on point all season long, and when they face adversity, they've usually come through. Those 2-out rallies that have been the key for the Power so far. It's been both their runs coming with 2 outs, and now the 2 decisive runs in this ball game for the Pirates coming with 2 away.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
And not just coming with 2 outs, with 2 strikes as well. A pair of hits coming with 2 strikes, and that has been the difference maker in this game. 2-strike approach from the Pirates.
Danger zone for the Power. A chance for the Pirates to break it open. Here's the 1-1. Two-one. Swing into left field, and a diving catch. Amari Conley saves a pair of runs, and the deficit is just 1 for the Power. 3-2 to score. Palm Springs hoping to make some magic happen in the latter half of the 8th.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
It's a championship rematch here in Palm Springs that has sure felt like a heavyweight fight. The Palm Springs Power led 2-0 off a pair of 2-out triples and wild pitches. However, the Inland Valley Pirates have scored 3 straight and lead 3-2 here in the bottom of 8. Vince Esprick with Sam Egan. Glad you're with us here on your Saturday night. Of course, the bad news for the Power is that it seems like they squandered a lead, allowed 4 straight hits in the top of the 8th after getting the first 2 outs. But the good news for them is the top of the order is up, starting with Trevor Banning.
Yeah, Power seeking their first RBI tonight, and no better time than now, especially with this part of the order. You're top of the card right here. You're the hottest swingers right now, and you need to get it started right now against Trevor Banning getting it going.
First pitch, grounder over to third. Dane Cunningham races to the bag, or I guess saunters over might be the right term. Either way, Banning goes down.
Banning saw the hanging breath, ball got it in the range, just middling out it. Said just roll over the base and one out. It's been really impressive so far for the unlimited arm of Gibson, and right now on pace for the win and looking to solidify that aspect for his team with another 0 and hopefully some runs scored in the next half.
Caden Richards is 0 for 3, takes a first pitch for a strike. You just can't say enough about the job the Inland Valley Pirates have done. Moises Escobedo started things off on the mound. Pitched 4 nice innings, just allowed the 1 run.
Hey, Jack, it's pretty quiet down there. Let's get these fans to make
Will
some
Stadley,
noise.
a pair of successful innings on his own. And Ryder Gibson, now in his second inning of work for the Pirates.
Gibson's head. Maybe the loudest we've heard Palm Springs Stadium all day.
Shot into the gap out in left field, but dropping for Cadena, who gets out number 2.
Good piece from Richards right there. Just may have gotten it off.
Now batting out of St. Mary's, number 19.
Fans thought he was going to find the gap, but good read, good step on it, and quickly 2 away here, and it's another 2-out rally that is needed for the Power if they're going to want to try this game here at the end.
Well, both the Power runs have came with 2 outs and nobody on. Both came off of triples. The last triple came from Brett Williams, who hit his in the 6th.
This guy had to play right here for the Power, who is looking to do the exact same thing here in the 8th. And now with the fans entirely behind him, he would love to come through and put a jolt in this place.
Williams ahead 2-0. Walked back in the 4th, struck out in the 1st.
I'm not sure that
it's much here to count. If it's not there, you don't need to swing far the time run to get yourself on.
Instead, it's a grounder back to the pitcher. And another terrific inning from Ryder Gibson in the Inland Valley Pirates. The Pirates silence the crowd, and they'll be shopping for some insurance here in the top of the 9th.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So if you need a ride, I got
all your car needs today. Then visit us Tuesday here at Palm Springs Stadium for Desert Best Friends Closet Clothing Drive at night.
Nathan Bongarena leading things off for the Inland Valley Pirates, who lead 3-2 over the reigning champion Palm Springs Power. It's Hesbrick with Sam Egan. It has been one of the more fun games of the year for the Power. We say fun game, we mean close games. The 13-2 Power are really experienced in this kind of position, despite their dominant record. Their first 3 wins of the year were in walk-off fashion. They want to get the chance to do it again, but first, they're going to need a clean inning from Joe Godoy.
The situation Power hasn't been in roughly 10, 12 days, so yes, it's familiar territory for them, but it's also unfamiliar because it hasn't been as recent where they've had to play a game like this. It's been a lot of low leverage ball games as of late. Curious to see how do they respond in the situation where they have to play some tough baseball and they almost have to be perfect here on out.
The first pitch to Darren Osterloh, taken for a very low strike.
Power who need a quick 0 from Godoy and get the offense right back up there with the heart of the lineup due up.
Osterloh into right field, foul. 2 for 3 on the day.
Godoy, team the cheddar here, 91.
Has Osterloh an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch from Godoy. Out into left field where Amari Conley gets out number 1. And the reason why this game is still in a winnable situation for the Power is because of the catch that Conley made with 2 down in the last inning.
Yeah, he's got a couple good beats out there in the outfield. Good play right there, but an exceptional play to end that 8th inning to prevent 2 runs before. And he said, keep this one well within reach. Power more than capable of coming back from 3 runs if they had to, but a lot easier where one swing can just change the ball game just like that.
Joe Godoy, 4 earned runs over 5 2/3 innings. First pitch on the ground to short. And out number 2 as Xavier Cadena is retired.
Really effective on that left side of the plate. Inside on the right, outside on the lefties. It's an outside fastball right there to get the batter to roll over on the previous pitch. Front foot slider that batter just got underneath and routine fly out to count. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here. Big opportunity for Power to get their offense right back up there and hopefully get some runs.
Froy Cerna, 1 for 3 on the day in the leadoff spot. 1-0, called strike. Cerna also hit into a double play in the 5th. That was with runners at the corners for the Pirates. Chopper, glove by Godoy, over to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Godoy does his job. Now it's time for the Power offense to try and do theirs. R.J. Holmes, Owen Michelson, and Junior Rodriguez are the 3 scheduled to hit in the bottom of the 9th.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Last call for the Palm Springs Power here in the bottom of the ninth. The Inland Valley Pirates lead the Power 3-2. RJ Holmes set to lead things off. The first pitch from Ryder Gibson to Holmes. High drive to deep center field, but it will hang up for Cadena. And that is a major first out for Gibson. Holmes just missed it.
I stood up seeing that fastball. He goes up there, hunting fastball, and he got the pitcher. Unfortunately, just got it under it. And first out of the inning for Gibson. Looking for his first win of the season on the mound.
It was a hanger, 85 straight down the middle. But Ryder Gibson gets an out nonetheless. Here comes Owen Michelson.
Front foot pitch right there for strike one.
Michelson 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, last singled in the sixth.
Going back to the slider, this time on the outer half, and there's a great pitch and even better take from Michelson.
Hit into the gap out in right center, but twisting straight at the diving Froy Cerna. But no, he dropped, or did he drop it, or is it in play? What are they going to call it? We saw the ball go out, but did Cerna survive the ground enough for it to be an out?
I thought he did. I thought he had, and he tried flipping the ball out of the glove after he had already made the play just for dramatic effect.
And that's exactly what Dylan Kewen is arguing. He's making the sidearm gesture. You wonder if Roy Cerna did that as kind of an act of celebration.
I think it was. It was 100% a celebration. I don't think he celebrated too early either. I thought he made the play, corralled it in, had possession, and then just flipped it over. You see that so many times. This is a game-shifting call here.
Boy, would this be something. 90 off the bat. An incredible play by Roy Cerna, but will it stand?
There's an absolute web check right there. Play the game defensively if it stands. And I gotta be honest. I mean, you make that play. That's just something you cannot do with no replay in this league. You've got to show the umpire that you have the ball, because something exactly like that can happen, and you never ever know. You can't put it in the hands of the umpire. You just can't.
You almost wonder if Cerna might have made the play and tried to lift the glove up to show he made the catch. Either way, I think we're going to get a call here soon. You can tell by Nicky Kewen's reaction. He's still incredulous with the ump.
Yeah, everybody's actually he's irate.
I think Michelson's going to wind up at second.
And you can't blame this coaching staff either. Both coaches going one after the other after the umpire trying to dispute their case. And I know I'm calling for the Power, but I can't say that watching that play, honestly, I don't agree with that.
Well, I guess, can you say definitively that it was a catch?
I think you can, yes. I know we don't have a replay, but I think when we look back at this later tonight, both Cerna and I are going to agree that that ball was in the glove. He did a full tumble, didn't talk.
Well, Kewen is pushing it right now.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before eventually you say a magic word or two and get run from this ball game. But a call like that might be all you need to fire up your dugout. Maybe ejection is what this team needs to get them over the hump. Now, Lucy Dill was waiting over there at third base, like, what's the holdup? No ejection will be made. But a game-shifting call. You said it. Wow.
So Owen Michelson winds up at second. There is one out for Junie Rodriguez. It was 2 for 3.
So now back to the next question. I hadn't put anything down on my score sheet yet. What did we put there? Is that a double? Is that an error? Is that a...
I'm going to go with double for now.
I'm going to go with what you say.
I mean, it was a diving hypothetical drop.
Effort to make that play. I wouldn't call it an error. More than anything, maybe just an error in judgment. But
well, back to the moment. Junie Rodriguez hit a triple in the second, scored on a wild pitch. Still no RBIs in this game for the Power. The first pitch, swing, chopped into the dirt, foul.
Got a changeup right there. It was just early on it. If he connects with that, look out. Rodriguez a triple and a single in this ball game. looking for potentially another extra base hit or just a base hit and maybe tie this game with the speed of Michelson.
7 straight retired power batters for the uncommitted Ryder Gibson before that double by Owen Michelson. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss.
Pitch hitter on deck, that's Matthew McCate. So assuming it comes up to that situation, McCate passed with potentially being the hero. You know, McCate has got some deceptive pop in that bat. Even greater bat-to-ball skills.
Rodriguez still alive in the at-bat. The 0-2 pitch from Gibson.
Now 1-2 here. Nice take on the outer half. Gibson. I'd like to go in a similar spot, maybe go with the breaking ball in that location a little bit closer to the back door and see if you can get Rodriguez a chase or get that call strike 3.
1 out, runner at second. The 1-2.
This is a great fight from Rodriguez here. Seeing a lot of pitches falling things off. Starting to feel like he's on pitcher here in Gibson, and that tends to lead to damage. It's been a barrage of fastballs right here, and we'll see if he continues with that trend or goes with the Uncle Charlie here.
Hit into left field, dropping in, but the play is made by Jordan Viramontes in left field. 2 outs, runner at second, and here comes Matthew McCate.
Shifted perfectly right there. Left-handed bat Rodriguez. Left fielder shifted it. A lot farther it is compared to his center fielder and right fielder counterparts. And that's what led to the out. That ball was hit pretty softly and dropping kind of quickly. And now it comes up to Matthew McCate. It's high. Maybe even a hero.
McCate 1 for 3 yesterday with a 2 RBI triple and a mound meeting for Ryder Gibson.
Trying to calm him down. Letting him know what they did from McCate the last few days. All McCate has to do here is extend the ball game for one more batter. If he gets the run in, great. And if he doesn't, turn the baton over to Yasso and do what you can. And is he getting intentionally walked to face Yasso?
I believe so.
It's a bold choice to intentionally walk the go-ahead run. Yasso already one walk-off this season in his back pocket. And could this be a situation for a potential second?
Righty on righty. Alex Hasso, Ryder Gibson.
This is greatly playing the analytical game here. It could be a risk with putting that go-ahead runner on the base paths.
Michelson at second. McCate at first. Hit in the air, out to center. Cadena camped under it, and the game is over. What a win for the Inland Valley Pirates as Ryder Gibson shuts down the power and earns the win.
And what a series, what a week for this Inland Valley Pirates team, not stealing 1, but 2 games from this Palm Power team, which is incredibly difficult to do in this ballpark. They set the tone this week, and especially this evening. It's another game where the Power bats just could not get going against this Pirates pitching staff. And it was a great pitching performance by the Power, and they didn't, unlike their first loss, have too many errors that came back to bite them. There was really just one bad inning. The offense failing to capitalize with runners in scoring position.
Casey Dill's squad falls to 13-3 on the year, and Dylan Hewitt, an incredibly managed game from start to finish. Obviously, a massive juxtaposition of emotions for the manager for the Inland Valley Pirates from an incredulous argument with the umps over what he and us as well believe should have been a key out. Instead, it is ruled that Troy Cerna dropped the ball in right field, allowing Owen Michelson to reach second with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. But 2 more outs from the great Ryder Gibson means a win for the Inland Valley Pirates. What a performance from a player who I'm sure was looking for a moment.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where I guess you could say ball doesn't lie for the Pirates right there. We thought that play should have been an out. Instead, 2 batters later, ends up ending the ball game. Nonetheless, an inspiring performance by the Pirates. But for the Power, I feel like you'd rather have this performance against this team now where you don't play your best baseball. And it kind of inspires you a little bit to get kicked in the butt and move on and move past it. And not only that, but you know this is a team you're going to see in the postseason at some point. So you'd rather them beat you right now than when it matters in July.
And in the meantime, the Power will lick their wounds as they get set for a Tuesday showing against the Bucks. Any final thoughts here, Sam?
It's a great game for the Pirates overall, and one of the best games of baseball we've seen overall at Palm Springs Stadium. I may be in the minority here, but I love a low-scoring pitcher's duel, and that's exactly what we got today. Great pitching performance from both sides, and the Pirates just ended up coming a tad bit short here.
Ryder Gibb, the star of the show for the Inland Valley Pirates. 3 clean innings in 7, 8, and 9, and a well-earned win for him and his Inland Valley Pirates. Alongside Sam Egan, I've been Vince Hesberg. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have yourself a great rest of your evening.